Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. As the calendar is flipping to a new year, there is an excitement filling the air, right? Fresh pages are being turned, opening up a hope filled of new chapters, promises, and dreams for the new year. Exciting transformation in the coming years. And I'm going to get real with you today. I'll share personal stories about how my New Year's resolutions got derailed and how I almost was feeling that God had left me. Finally, I did realize that it all turned out into a springboard for real and exemplary change. Buckle up, it's going to be a moment of sharing my personal life story and welcome into my own personal style. Now, let me start by saying that before you can actually start enjoying the very benefits of a new year, despite the New Year resolution, the prophecies, the positive, the prognostic that may be mentioned, you will need to start first by building the foundation for authentic transformation. What do I mean by that? Often we hear people say new year, new you. Well, that's an old cliche. Tell the real secret to transformation in the new year. Nah, that's not working. That's not always how it works. We all love those New Year's prophecies, or we all love those New Year resolutions. We envision an instant of midnight transformation. Therefore, we go and we are there waiting for the midnight to clock. As soon as the clock strikes, we're here jumping, shouting. We all love it, and we see the fireworks going up. We are all excited, and we want things to just change in an instant midnight transformation. Well, all our wishes actually come true, but let me be honest, it doesn't always work that way. For me, 2011 was supposed to be the year I cut ties with an employer full of optimism and confidence that my HR skills were on point thanks to my UK qualifications. I figured out that landing a new employment will be a breeze, but I was wrong. 6 months later, I had zero job offer. I had a pregnant wife because unknown to me while I was leaving that employment, my wife was actually pregnant. I had rents breathing down my neck. I was like climbing Mount Everest and still ate it. That was brutal.
Yeah, like why? Just why the high heels? What?
The hustle was real. I had to get creative to sustain body and soul, and my wife's body and soul as well. So on every side hustle that came around, anything that I could find, I took from freelance writing to teaching Photoshop to hawking to design. Then it occurred to me that I needed to level up my skills. So I hit the books. I took online researches. I honed my CV, I revamped my CV, I read books on employment that I really had from university days, and guess what? After 14 long months, it paid off. I landed an opportunity in May 2012. I'm talking about 1 year, 2 months, and I've been there, done that, and now got the story to be sharing with you. Now, I'm not saying that my experience is everyone's story, but what I learned applies to anyone looking to make a real change in their career. It's applicable to anyone who actually wants to make a change. And trust me, I don't want you to climb Mount Everest on still haters like I did. So what's the secret to lightning fasting job search? It's not about spamming resumes or hoping for instant miracle. It's about building solid foundation for authentic transformation. Building solid foundation for authentic transformation. Authentic transformation. So how do you do that? The first step is that you need to focus on the employer, not on yourself. One of the mistakes I was doing that I was writing all the CV based on what I have done, based on the experience I have even done with human resources, which was wrong. So it's easy to get caught up in our own skill and experience, but in the job market, it's all about what matters to the employer. It's about a Casanova story. What does the person love? The person has a hole in their heart. What do they like? How can I feel it? What do they want to hear? What are they looking for? Here's how you can shift your focus by doing that. What are the emerging skills and areas of focus in your field? Adapt your skill set and highlight relevant experience. Current industry trends are leadership, remote working, and team working. Those are actually important. Then the next thing you have to do is check resume trend, resume or CV trend. Recruiters are bombarded with applications. Make yours stand out by using format and style that grab their attention, and make the language also recruiter friendly, and make it applicant tracking software compliant, because like I keep telling you, most often human beings do not even have a look at your CV. It's just been sifted out by an applicant tracking software. By understanding these trends, you are speaking the employer's language and increasing your chances of landing an interview. Now, step number 2 will be for you to break the cycle of going back to the same vomit. Break the cycle of going back to the same vomit. It's like a dog that has to return to his own vomit. I know that is cross visual, but it's powerful metaphor. Applying for the same job with the same old resume, or applying for different job with the same old resume, is, well, like doing that same thing. Is like a dog, is like you going back to the same vomits. And believe me, it is not going to work by 90%. So how do you break that cycle of going back to the same vomit? Well, one is for you to identify your weakness. What skills and experience are holding you back? Don't be afraid to ask yourself or take a self-assessment where required. The second thing you need to do probably is to develop new skills. Invest in training, in retraining, certifications, or online courses to fill those gaps and make yourself more attractive. It's very important. The next thing is for you to reconsider your approach. Are you targeting the right companies or organizations? Are you presenting yourself to them in the way they can find you? You need to effectively invest in interviews and cover letters. Sometimes a small tweak can make a big difference. And be visible. Make sure your presence is visible. Make sure your presence is visible on LinkedIn and in related social media. I had a dormant LinkedIn account and decided to revamp it with content that portrays me as a professional, and it did work. Remember, it's not just about getting a job. It's about finding the right field where you can grow and thrive. What that means is that you need to change your mindset from job hunter to employer hunter. It took me 14 months to break the cycle. After the 2011 experience, I had 2 more episodes of employment cuts in 2017 and in 2022. With what I learned in 2011, I was, under God, able to make the period of job cut in 2017 and 2022 very short. One was about a month and the other one was about 2 months. And lastly, number 3 is less God and less go. In all the period I did my part, as if God depended on me to do my part. I also depended on God to do his part. I pray for insight. I ask for wisdom and divine favor to shine on my effort. Your 2024 prophecy would only work if you also do your part. As you embark on this journey, Keep your eyes on the goals under God. Each step that you take, each lesson that you learn is building a stronger foundation for authentic transformation you desire in a new year. Thank you so much. My name is Ansel, and I wish you a happy new year. Bye.